So what's your name and affiliation?
Hi, I'm Andreas. I'm the president of the Zurich Friends of Haskell, and I also work at Tweek.
What do you love about Haskell?
I love the way it makes you think differently about programming.
I am Ryan Brewer. I don't have much affiliation, but I have a cool website, ryanbrewer.dev.
What do you love about Haskell?
I really like it's very expressive for whatever kind of type system or almost even syntax that you want to use. I think other languages, kind of getting into things you might disagree with in Haskell, other languages might be seen as a subset of Haskell. That's the style that you want to use. So Haskell's a really nice way to get into other ways of thinking and learning about other kinds of programming as a kind of superset language.
Yeah, I'm Paul Bittner. I'm a PhD student at the University of Ulm, but I'm working as a PhD student at the University of Braunschweig.
What do you love about Haskell?
I probably love about Haskell the most that it provides all the infrastructure to host Actor, but of course it was also my first contact with functional programming, my first functional language. So I'm just used to its syntax and how it approaches things.
I'm Marko Šerić, just visiting here. No Haskell job, no nothing. I'm started with Haskell because I studied mathematics, and as a mathematician you start to do, at some point, if you're interested in something other than MATLAB or Python.
So what do you like about Haskell?
Standard stuff, strong typization, everything that. So I mean, once type inference, I have not heard about it before, so tried it once, and damn, that's good, why don't more languages have this?
I'm András Kovács. I'm currently a postdoc at Chalmers University of Technology.
What do you love about Haskell?
It's better than other languages.
I love it.
I'm David Baynard and I run Forced Unlimited, a software consultancy in the UK.
What do you love about Haskell?
I had a conversation with someone earlier today who said that there is sometimes an attitude that 80% correct is correct or good enough. And sometimes that's the case, but oftentimes 80% is zero. And the Haskell ecosystem doesn't assume that 80% is ever anything other than zero.
I'm Travis Seltzer. I am a software engineer at Flipstone, and I am the chair of the Haskell Foundation Stability Working Group.
And what do you love about Haskell?
I love how Haskell makes it so easy for us to write better software. The easiest bottom line for me.
Okay, I'm Ondřej Weiss. I'm here just for fun. I'm enjoying ZuriHac. This is my first time.
And what do you love about Haskell?
Haskell, I love how I can just take a little piece and I can look at it, and just from the types I know what is going on. Like in any other code base I would have to study everything around, and here with Haskell I can just look at that one piece, fix that, do my thing and leave, and it works.
Hey, I'm Jakub. I'm working for UpToSpeed AI, where we also use Haskell a little bit.
And what do you love about Haskell?
Well, I think Haskell is my, how can I put it, favorite implementation language, because, well, it lets me get the job done quickly and reliably.
I'm Igor. I was a postdoc until last year with the Universidade della Svizzera Italiana, so it's a university in the south of Switzerland in Lugano.
What do you love about Haskell?
First thing that comes to mind is effects. The idea that you're not gonna have something pulled under the rug, something like this. I don't know if that's the right expression, but or what was it? There's this famous thing: you call a function, you won't launch the missiles, something like this, right?
That's a good way.
My name is Alexei Kuleshevich, and I work for I/O, in particular I/O spin-off, I/O engineering.
What do you love about Haskell?
The purity, the types, it makes me, the way it makes me think, that's the best thing I love about Haskell. It's how I think in it, right? And of course, all the safety and ability to remove a whole class of bugs that you never need to worry about it. Occasionally, we have to write some C just to get some of the performance, so it would be nicer to get some performance better in some cases.
I'm Jose Calderon. I'm the executive director of the Haskell Foundation, and we help coordinate the resources and communication for the Haskell community.
What do you love about Haskell?
I love its strength to weight ratio. So I feel like it's really great at getting your ideas out of your head and into an executable format in a fairly lightweight way, but also the type system's powerful enough that you can actually have some guarantees. Good power to weight ratio.
What do you hate about Haskell?
Build times are too slow.
What do you hate about Haskell?
Well, as I alluded to, other languages that you might prefer are kind of the subset that might be your style of programming. And so other languages that I might prefer to Haskell reflect the way that I program Haskell. Haskell can be great for your own one-person project because you can use the version of Haskell that you like, the subset for you, but reading other people's Haskell code is a very famous known bad time. So it can be nice to force other people to use your subset by picking a different language that's more your style.
What do you hate about Haskell?
Software configuration research, I have to tell, it's all the extensions that basically make Haskell not being a single language but hundreds of different Haskells, and which actually defies the initial goal, like we heard yesterday from Leonard. The goal was to have one language for all the functional programmers at ICFP, and now we have multiple languages and you can write a totally different style of Haskell than your peers, your colleagues, and so again it's harder to analyze, harder to transfer, harder to reuse other libraries and so on.
What do you hate about Haskell though?
It was a bit of a steep learning curve, so it took me I wanted to do the whole thing, including functors, applicative functors, monads, everything. But the community is awesome, the beginner track is awesome, it's for free. So then you can finish it. What I still hate a little bit is that sometimes it feels like I need to relearn it every year.
What do you hate about Haskell?
Laziness by default.
Nice. What do you hate about Haskell though?
I do not currently know in my own business what it is the right tool for. It's not obviously the right tool for any of the things that I'm doing. I need to do things for which it is the right tool. That's the solution. But that's okay. It's the right tool for many things.
What do you hate about Haskell?
The perception. And what I mean by this is people seem to have this perception that you have to be a category theorist or have a PhD, or that you have to somehow be top 1% of all engineers in order to do anything productive with Haskell at all. And it's simply not true. Haskell is much more approachable than the general perception.
But what do you hate about Haskell?
Like lenses and like a lot of the type stuff is like really difficult for me still. But because I only have time after work, so every time I have to load a little bit of context to learn it again. But yeah, it's a little bit of work, but the payoff is great. So it evens out.
Nice. But what do you hate about Haskell?
It cannot express everything. You cannot express equality between types properly. So you don't always are able to specify your programs properly.
But what do you hate about Haskell?
I think that I would love to have that there were more jobs around that I could program in Haskell. But I don't think that that's something that I would say, oh, that's Haskell's fault, whatever that means. The day before yesterday, right, I think there was a panel of people talking about, the use of Haskell in industry, and I was very excited to see, everybody cares about that, and everybody wants to, to grow the language, help it improve, and have it more used in industries.
There's nothing that I hate about the language. There are some quirks that I would like for them not to be there. Like, for example, it is a garbage collected language, so occasionally, if you're not careful, you can have long GC pauses in places where you wouldn't want them to be. But it's usually because your program is not written correctly.
What do you hate about Haskell?
What I hate about Haskell is the kind of meta problem of having to convince people it's worthwhile and actually you can use it for real things. It's not just some ivory tower language. You can do real things really well in Haskell, and it's kind of annoying having to convince people of that all the time.
All right, and what did you think of ZuriHac?
I think it's been fun. It's really cool to meet more PL people in real life instead of just on Discord and Reddit and whatever, how you normally interact with these people. Lots of people here are people I've gotten to know online, and so it's really cool to see them in person like this.
We met online, yeah, for sure. And what do you think of ZuriHac?
So what's cool about ZuriHac is that it's such a nice mix of educational content, a research conference, and a hackathon. It's neither one of these things alone, but all of them at the same time. So I always learn things. I'm not used to going to hackathons, but I enjoy the atmosphere and the opportunity to contribute to all these open source projects that the compiler, the standard libraries. That's just cool to meet with people that do it, and that you can really just contribute a small pull request with whatever you like. And but at the same time, you have these nice talks where you really learn some new stuff.
For me personally, community is awesome, and if you're still at the beginner after a few years, the community, there's no divas, there's not much of politics, like bad stuff. It's all, you can come here and just admit it. I'm still a beginner after so and so many years. but I still love it.
And what do you think of ZuriHac?
It's great, and it has always been great.
What do you think of this year's ZuriHac, and how many ZuriHacs you've participated?
It's my second in person. I decided not to infect everybody with COVID for a previous one, so I had to cancel at short notice, but that's for the best. It describes itself as not a conference, and there is a reason for that. You know, we're in a beautiful university environment in front of Lake Zurich, but then it lists an ontology of all the things that are a conference. And so, yes, I get to meet people who are working on all sorts of interesting, challenging projects. I, at some point, will actually write some Haskell. I've mostly been configuring various Haskell projects that need some extra tooling around them.
What do you think of this year's ZuriHac?
ZuriHac is amazing. We're here. It's beautiful here. All of the presentations that I've been to, all of the conversations that I've seen happening are all seem very productive. They're all in good directions. It's a great place to come and be part of the community. There's the only thing that I can say that's been not amazing, and it's not even bad, is that we're spread out across two buildings. That's a good thing because that means we have people to fill across two buildings. It's just meant for me that I've needed to go back and forth between buildings a bunch. And that's, again, not necessarily a bad thing, just not an amazing thing.
Have you been here for other ZuriHacs?
I was here last year, so this is my second.
What do you think of this year's ZuriHac?
It's amazing. I think ZuriHac is my favorite event. It's my third ZuriHac, and compared to all other events that I've been, I think this one has the perfect formula. You have a talk in the morning, talk in the evening, and enough time to chat with people. You're not overloaded with material, and I think it's the best. It's the best event that I've been in.
And what do you think of this year's ZuriHac?
It's amazing. Well, I'm biased. I've been here many years now.
How many?
So 2019 was my first year, and then there was 1 year in the middle that I wasn't here. Not the year of the pandemic, I was also there online, etc. But there was 1 year that I wasn't. And besides this, I was here every year. I'm very excited that I can keep this almost perfect streak. So I mean, I love it. I was talking to one of the organizers there, congratulating them. I think it's great. Every year, it never disappoints. The talks are great. It's always people that are very knowledgeable. I always feel like learned something. It has the whole range. I think that's really great.
Nice. And what did you think of this year's ZuriHac?
I was just amazing as always. It was nice to have the workshops also before the ZuriHac because like previous years I did not participate in, and I just didn't know about them. Right, I didn't know that they're happening, and now they're all at the same venue, and that was nice.
How many ZuriHacs you've been?
Since 2017.
Wow.
I never missed a single one.
What do you think of ZuriHac this year?
ZuriHac was great. Big thanks to Jasper, Farhad, and all the other volunteers. ZuriHac feels like a family reunion, right? I have like 2 family reunions a year, my academic side at ICFP and ZuriHac on the more industrial side. And I love how welcoming this community is.
How many times you've come to this one?
This is only, ZuriHac's only my second time here. Yeah. So,
I'm already feeling like home too.
Exactly,
right?
yeah. No, it's kind of amazing because you interact with these people all year on the internet. And so actually seeing them like in person and being able to have lunch with them is a real joy.
How many times you've been here?
I don't remember exactly, but I think 2015 or 16 might have been the first time, and then every year.
Nice. Is Tweek hiring?
Yes.
Awesome.